Hi, Miss Lemke. It's Michaela. I'm here for my persuasive speech with my mom, Missy, and my neighbor Jamie, and her daughter Allie. So, when we think of bullying, we may think of a bigger kid shoving a smaller kid into a locker. It's like something along those lines, but that's just not it. Bullying happens in a lot of different ways, but it all has something in common. According to Merriam-Webster.com, last update unknown, the definition of bullying is abuse and mistreatment of someone vulnerable by someone stronger, more powerful, etc. And this power doesn't have to mean physical strength. It can mean social, economic, or political power. And this power does, as well as others. And it happens a lot too. According to a survey that I conducted with my classmates on October 11th and 12th over Sakai Message, of the 8 people who replied, 6 of them had been bullied at one point, but only 2 of them had had someone defend them. And out of all of them, 7 people said that they have defended someone being bullied. That's a lot for such a small group. There's a lot going into bullying, but what you need to know is that you can do something about it. In this speech, I will be discussing why bullying happens, the different kinds of bullying, and what you can do to help. I want you all to come out of this speech truly believing that bullying is far more complex than what we may believe, and that is not okay. I believe that we all have a duty to stand up for what is right and to always make sure that we are being the best person that we can be. And standing up to a bully may not seem big, but to a victim it can mean everything, especially for many of us who either have kids or plan to have kids in the future. So the first thing we need to look at is why bullying happens in the first place. Bullying happens when there's a power imbalance, and someone feels that they can exploit this to make someone feel bad. The various power imbalances are social, economic, political, physical, etc. Not every power imbalance leads to bullying, but it does increase the chances of it. Now, why do bullies themselves bully? According to StompOutBullying.org, last updated July 23, 2015, a common reason that a kid is a bully is because he or she lacks the attention from a parent at home and lashes out at others for attention. This can include neglected children, children of divorced parents, or children with parents under the regular influence of drugs or alcohol. Bullies may also bully for a variety of other reasons like poor self-esteem, stress and trauma, mental health issues, they've been bullied themselves, or it's a learned behavior from home and they can unlearn it. It can also fall into the environment as well. According to BullyingStatistics.org, last updated 2017, if the institution at which the bullying takes place, whether the home, the school, the workplace, or any other place really, does not have high standards for the way people treat each other, then bullying may be more likely and/or prevalent and have an influence on why people bully. All of these are not excuses, mind you, but a bully could have underlying problems that are not being addressed. With bullying, we don't always see it because it happens in many different ways. There are many different types of bullying. The one that most people recognize from movies and TV shows is physical bullying. This is bullying where someone is physically abused, i.e. punching, kicking, tripping, pinching, etc. A form of bullying that often accompanies physical bullying is verbal bullying, which includes name-calling, teasing, and spreading rumors. Emotional bullying is one that is harder to catch and one that has deeply affected myself. And this is one where a bully might purposely exclude someone from a group or event. Sexual bullying is where someone makes unwanted advances or physical contact or makes abusive comments. And this also often leads to dating abuse in the future. The main one that we will talk about, though, is cyberbullying, because it is a fairly new type of bullying and is very much on the rise. In fact, according to StopBullying.gov, last updated September 18, 2017, the 2015 Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance System, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also indicates that an estimated 16% of high school students were bullied electronically in the 12 months prior to the survey. And those are just the people who reported actually being bullied. Many people do not. So why is cyberbullying such a big concern? Why is it suddenly such a big problem? Well, there's persistence. The bully can communicate with the victim for hours after school ends, and the victim may not ever find relief from their torment. If you are viewed as a bully online, it could possibly affect college admissions, employment, and other parts of life. Like they say that when you put something on the internet, it lasts forever, and that's true to an extent, and that's what this means. Since it's an increasing practice for employers and college admissions to check people's social media, to check to see if it's someone that they would want in their company or in their college. And so if you are not conscious of what you put online, it could very much affect how you are perceived in the future. Also, since it is online, it is not possible for others to overhear or to witness the bullying happening, so it is much harder for people to catch. One important detail about bullying is how you can tell if you or someone else is actually being bullied or is just the subject of a good-natured ribbing or teasing. Well, bullying comes from a deliberate, malicious attack against someone to make them feel bad about themselves. If it is a joke not meant to belittle or harm, then that would not be considered bullying. Even if it does hurt your feelings, if you express this, then most people will apologize. If they don't, then maybe you need to get new friends. Bullying is also persistent. Bullies will bully as long as they feel they can, as long as they feel that they can get away with it. A good-natured tease will not be continuous. With all the info I've already given you, I'm giving you what may be the most important, what you can do to help. There are many ways to help the victim and the bully as well. Victims are also often viewed as the ones who need the most help. Well, they do need help, but if we don't help the bullies, then this behavior will just continue and we'll just have even more victims because they'll just move on to someone else. There are many ways to help if you or someone you know has been a victim of bullying. Being calm and positive is a big part. If the bully sees that you or someone else is not bothered by what they say, they're more likely to leave you alone. Because that's what many bullies want when they tease someone or they bully someone. They want a rise, they want a reaction out of people. But the most important part is getting someone who can deal with the bully. Oftentimes, kids feel that any sort of intervention from authority will worsen the problem. But if you feel that they may not be able to handle the situation themselves, then intervention is needed. Communication is so important. Don't try to ignore the problem or to brush it under the rug. Telling your kids to ignore the bully, that doesn't work. They'll keep doing it. When it comes to bullies, the most important part is getting them to say that they are a bully and that their behavior needs to change. People often cannot change unless they see that they need to do so. Since bullying is such a complex issue, it can be hard to determine why someone is being a bully, but it often comes down to changing behavior. Enrolling in programs that will help to unlearn behaviors and learn new, socially acceptable ones is one step. Seeing a therapist and getting down to the reason for bullying and learning ways to cope is also a good step. It is not something that will go away on its own. You need a good and effective response in order for you or someone you know to make a change in life. What?
Go.
Oh. I know that this is a lot of info to take in, from the types of bullying and to why people bully and what to do to possibly apply to yourself or someone you know, but you can still do something about it. Since bullying is such a complex issue, it may seem like it's impossible to stop, but if you can turn someone around from bullying and help them to be a better person, you have done more than many have. We all want to be accepted. It's part of our nature. So we must do our part and break the trend at the source. I have given you the tools I can. Now it's up to you.